Thank you so much. It's such a great honor to be here with you. My name is Todd Snider. I've been driving around this great country of ours for a great many years, making this crap up and singing it for anybody that will listen to it. I like to let people know, because I'm a folk singer, I like to let people know before I go too far into my portion of the program that I'm going to be sharing some of my opinions with you over my course of the program, portion of the program. And so I like to let people know before I do that I'm not going to be sharing my opinions with you because I think that they are smart or because I think that people need to know them. I'm going to share them because they rhyme. I didn't come down here to change anybody's mind about anything. I come down here every time to ease my own mind about everything, and it always works. So with that said, thank you all for giving me a chance to sing again today. And thank you, Willie, and Neil, and Dave, and John for giving me a chance to sing today.
I want to send out a farewell song to a musical legend, somebody who I really admired, one of my favorite storytellers and songwriters of all time, Todd Snider. I'm heartbroken we never got a chance to sit down and play music because we've been making that plan for years now. The very first time he sent me a message, I was in Nashville. I was going to play Nashville that night, and we'd never met, and I was a big fan of his, and I had no idea he knew who I was or not. But I got this message in the morning, and it popped up from an unknown number, and it said, "Hey, Todd Snider says good luck in Nashville." And I looked at it for a while, and the third person thing kind of threw me off, so I texted back and I said, "Is this Todd Snider or one of Todd Snider's friends? But more importantly, thank you." And from then on, the messages kept getting longer and funnier. He explained that he had just recently got a phone and he was still learning about it. And over the years, we'd send each other songs that moved us and lyrics that hit us and why they hit us that way. And every time one of us would put out a new project, we'd always send our favorite lines or things we liked about it. And this is one of those songs I told him how much I liked it that he wrote, called "Sail On, My Friend." And he sent me a long message about where he was and why he wrote it and everything. So now I want to send it back to him. Sail on, my friend. Well, you always knew I understood. You knew I'd say what I said. But had I known
Todd Snider's passing left a silence that feels almost unreal. The kind of quiet that follows when a voice larger than life, larger than melody, suddenly disappears. For decades, Todd wasn't just a musician. He was a companion on late-night drives, a voice in the dark, a friend who told the truth even when it hurt, and a storyteller who reminded people that their flaws were something to laugh about, not hide. The tributes pouring in since his death show just how deeply he touched hearts across generations, genres, and cities. Country star Ashley McBryde spoke first, her words heavy and honest. She said the loss was massive, writing that her heart was broken for his family and for everyone who ever found comfort in his songs. She described Todd as a safe harbor, a place where listeners could dock their fears and feel understood. She thanked him for a kindness that stretched far beyond the stage and promised that those who loved him would continue to carry his music to anyone who needed it. Her voice echoed a truth many feel. Todd didn't just sing to people, he sang for them. From his record label family at Aimless Inc., the tribute was soft, raw, and beautifully true. They described Todd as the one who always had the right words, a poet who could capture the human experience in a handful of lines that shifted effortlessly between humor and heartbreak. They said he taught everyone around him how to see the world through a more compassionate lens. In their final goodbye, they wrote, "Sail on, old friend. You will always be a force of nature." It was the kind of farewell Todd himself would have turned into a story. Musician Ben Queller remembered hearing Todd's album songs from the Daily Planet at just 13 years old, a moment that changed what he thought music could be. Others shared the same sentiment. Todd wasn't just an artist. He was a blueprint, a path breaker, a teacher in denim and sneakers who made people believe that storytelling didn't need polish to be profound. Butch Walker added that the world lost one of its sweetest and sharpest minds, someone whose intelligence and humor outshined the shallowness of modern life. Rhett Miller from the old 97s said simply, "This hurts," admitting that losing Todd felt like losing a source of joy itself. One of the most heartfelt messages came from Fiona Prine, widow of John Prine, Todd's mentor and friend. She wrote that her family was devastated and said Todd was now in the arms of boundless love, referencing one of John's most beloved songs. She imagined him reunited with John, Jerry, Jeff Walker, and Guy Clark, the great American storytellers who shaped him and welcomed him home. From fans across the world, the tributes were personal and deeply human. One wrote, "Goodbye, my friend, we'll be missing you. Thank you for the music." Another confessed that during addiction recovery, Todd's song, Waco Moon, became the soundtrack to their healing. Others thanked him for teaching them to approach pain with humor, to embrace kindness, and to see the world with a little more forgiveness. His music, they said, didn't entertain, it rescued. It softened life's blows. It made loneliness feel a little less lonely. What makes these tributes so powerful is not fame or status. It's how consistently Todd Snider is described as the same man, kind, funny, thoughtful, rebellious, compassionate, and endlessly human. He made misfits feel like heroes, made mistakes feel survivable, and made truth feel sacred. His songs never preached, they simply understood. Now, as fans play his records a little louder and artists speak his name with trembling voices, one thing stands clear. Todd Snider didn't just leave behind music. He left behind a way of living, honest, unpolished, humorous, and deeply gentle. He left behind a community of people who found themselves in his stories, and because of him, learned to tell their own.